Hey, take a seat.
Sher Street Podcast.
Bitch. Hello, everybody. My name's Joey Sher. Welcome to Season 2, Episode 3 of the Sher Street Podcast. I am your host, Joey Sher. Anyway, I had a little trouble with this title. I was going to call it Ulrich and Nick a year later. But, I'm not sure if I'm going to call that because it's been like 7 months, maybe. Around there. It was like July when we started this, and I can't believe it's 2019.
Hell yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, boy!
Yes, sir.
So I was thinking of calling this a rapper and a artist, or a artist and a rapper. Depends how you want to title it. We'll have like 3 titles for this. So, welcome to Sher Street. Would you like to introduce yourselves to those who didn't watch your debut episodes last year?
Oh, okay. Damn. I was going first.
Here's the microphone.
Yep. Name's Ulrich. I also go by Rick Gray. I have so many aliases, not even funny.
Mr.
And,
Gray.
Hey.
Still Gray.
Yep.
Gray man. Okay, I just made those up.
Yep. I guess I'm the one labeled the rapper. So that's me.
I'm Nick. I color comics for a living, and I also am the creator of a webcomic called Sandy. And I guess I am under the category as an artist. But
I
we're
confuse
both
them all.
artists.
Yeah.
We're both artists.
In their
yeah.
own respective fields.
Yeah, and stressed.
You might be labeled a rapper, but you're a lot more.
Yep.
Yeah.
You also write poetry, so
Yes, I
you
do.
could be a poet.
That's so.
You could be a comic book colorist. You could be an artist.
Mm-hmm. I mean, a lot of the stuff I do, I don't just color comics. I teach art classes.
You could be a teacher.
I draw comics. I do children's books. I've done graphic design in the past. I feel like I've done so much. And so, it's so
the next
versatile.
thing you need to do is become president. Nick 2020.
Oh.
Nick 2020.
Yeah, no, I would have a meltdown. I would legit pull a 2007 Britney Spears, shave my head.
Oh my god!
Walk off the face of the earth if I was ever president.
Oh,
I can
man.
see it. Wow.
Yeah.
Oh no! Don't put that picture in my head, please. So, okay. Chill.
We good.
Okay. Has anything changed for you guys since the last time you were on?
I would have to say not really much besides just the fact that one thing we talked about in my episode was the fact that I would do Uber on the side, and that question
crazy stories.
that question that people usually ask me, hey, have you ever got anybody sketchy or anybody crazy? And the answer for the most part was no at that time. Now at what is this, February 19th?
Yep.
2019. Yeah, I've had ever since this year started. I've gotten quite a few. And in fact, one of them was a married woman tried to rape me.
Whoa!
What?
Yes, true story.
Oh my.
Whoa! I shouldn't say rape, but how things were going
Sexually
was
Going
assaulted?
against your will.
yeah, it's yo.
Okay, you're right.
I'd be yo, seriously. Yeah, it was. Had to be one of the most intense, great intense moments ever. I was just yeah, no.
A married woman?
Yes.
Insane.
I didn't even know she was married until one of her friends was it's stop, you married? Why you try to hit on them? I'm I looked at it, it's one of those things where I don't really notice stuff until someone points it out. So the minute someone pointed out that she was married, I see that rock on her hand. I was like, "Oh shit, come on, man."
That's not cool.
This is a messed up world.
Yeah, it's. But yeah, it was definitely had to be, but between that and like a couple of other things that happened like during New Year's, because the thing is, I didn't start picking up people from bars and everything until that time. I try to stay away from all that.
The basic drunk girl.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, I give you credit for Ubering because, like, that's my ultimate, like, thing. Like, usually, like, I feel like if I Ubered, I'd definitely get, like, a lot of people going to bars or going to the city. And then I have to pick up their drunk asses on the way back.
Oh, yeah.
And risk them, like, throwing up in my car.
Yakking.
Like, that's just...
Yeah, I only had one time that happened. That was also New Year's night, and I pick up the. Well, here's the funny thing. I get to what's that bar in Hackettstown? B. McNally's.
Yeah.
I get there. I'm here to pick up some girl. I can't find her anywhere, and these 4 people come up to me like, "Hey, you Uber?" I said, "Yeah." They're like, "Yo, so can you like drive us?" And I was like, "Well, I'm here for somebody else," and they're like, "Well, what if we pay you double?" And I was like, double? Like, yeah, we'll pay you like double in cash. And I'm like,
sounds good.
Click. So I canceled it, picked them up, and I just remember going. And plus, she was going. Her destination was Morristown. Theirs was Netcom. So they're like, you don't even have to go that far. So I was like, cool. So they get in the car, and I remember the guy in the back. They were talking about all the stuff that they were drinking that night, and of course, mixing liquor.
That is not good.
Yeah. and one guy in the back is like, I can hear him like, oh my god, and I'm like, oh fucking A.
He's wasted.
First thing I said to him was, listen, buddy, I have plastic bags in the passengers compartment there. If you want to take one, throw up in there. If you don't think you're gonna make it. And he kept on saying to me, dude, you gotta punch it. I'm not gonna make it. I'm like, okay, you're not puking my car. Finally we get there. The minute he opens the door, he starts puking all over the street.
Oh, nasty.
Just in time. I was lucky on that one. Oh yeah, I got stories for days on that.
Jeez. That's just one of many.
Yeah.
So, Nick, who is your favorite artist? Musician or just current Salvador Dali or Picasso?
Well, I guess I'll just do like both music and just like personal influences.
Sorry for confusing you.
I mean, lately I've been going back to my pop punk trash roots. So like, I've been really freaking worshiping Spencer Charnas from Ice Nine Kills. He is freaking dope. I think he's just amazing. And I love in regards to music especially, I love very character-driven content. So, like, his band Ice Nine Kills, they are very influenced by horror and slasher movies, and like each song they do, they try to base off of either like a cult character from a movie, or in the more recent albums they've been doing like a lot of they did a song about Freddy Krueger, Carrie White, Jason. So like they really incorporate the whole horror genre.
That's why I don't sleep at night.
Yeah. But
afraid of my dreams.
Aside from like the character driven content, I just think his voice is amazing, and like I feel like it takes so much talent to not only be able to sing really good, but also be able to scream really good. And because I watched a whole video on like metal screaming, and I feel it's like people don't give it the credit that it deserves, because what people don't realize is that you have to be trained to scream like that. There's this lady who, I forgot her actual name, but she goes under the name the Scream Queen, because
Sounds scary.
Because she trains these singers to scream that way because you could severely fuck up your vocal cords if you scream incorrectly. Like, for example, she was saying in like the interview that like she got a call from this manager for their band to teach them how to scream because on set or on stage when they would try to scream they would like either like like they'll lose their voice or they'll cough up blood because like it's so
sounds
intense.
Sounds like Uber ride.
Yeah, and they wouldn't and they weren't doing it properly, so she taught them properly. So to this day, I give so much respect for the people who scream and sing at the same time because it's definitely singing is not easy at all.
It is not.
Hell no.
But screaming
on a grande.
screaming is just as difficult in my eyes. Like and they're two different polarizing sounds. So I think it's pretty cool how you could do both.
Yeah.
Obviously Panic at the Disco I love. So
Brendan Urie, you went to his concert, right?
Yeah, round 4.
How was that?
Amazing.
Awesome.
He's not only has a great voice, but he's just such a cool entertainer. He's just great. The show was so much fun. And then lately, I've been a long time fan of this artist for years, but there's a singer by the name of Grimes.
I've heard of him.
Her.
Her, sorry.
She,
I'm getting confused.
She's very, like, electronic and, like, avant-garde. Is that how you pronounce it? Avant-garde? Something like that. But, like, it's, like, experimental alternative pop music. It's really cool. She's actually really well known in the industry, like, as, like, an indie artist. She's recently worked with Bring Me the Horizon on stuff. She's worked with, like, so many different artists, but she's really cool. So that's, like, music-wise. Art-wise, I've been actually really, I feel like I don't want to
inspire you.
No, I don't. I really don't. I've been a long-time fan of this guy. I'm probably going to be repeating that whole, I've been a fan for a while, like, throughout this thing, so forgive me.
Can't wait for girls to say that to me.
So, his name is Patrick Nagel. He's from the 80s. I'm actually getting a tattoo of his, like, I recreated a piece using his style, but with, like, I want the tattoo artist to obviously give their interpretation, but I'm thinking of getting, like, a Patrick Nagel inspired tattoo on my arm.
That's cool.
So I already reached out to the guy who is possibly going to do it. But yeah, Patrick Nagel. Excuse me.
You need a tissue?
No, I'm good, thank you. Patrick Nagel, and then, like, in regards to comics, I would definitely say Darwyn Cooke is always my go-to. Darwyn Cooke is my favorite.
Rest in peace to Stan Lee.
Yeah.
And then rest in peace to Darwyn Cooke. Darwyn Cooke died too, like 2 years ago. But, like, yeah, I like Darwyn Cooke a lot. He's one of my favorite artists. And then lately I've been really obsessing over this artist named Olivier Copiel. I think that's how you pronounce his name. Yeah. It's spelled like Oliver, kind of, but, like, that's not how you pronounce it.
Olivier.
Yeah, Olivier or something. But, like, he's really fucking dope. So, like, that's who are my current favorites at the moment.
So Ulrich, Mr. Gray.
What's up?
I know we've been listening to a lot 88 recently. Shout out to 88 Rising. Have you been listening to Dumbfounded recently, or I know you met him? You told me.
Dumbfounded. I've been listening to him ever since. Wow, it actually has been a long ass time because of the fact that I've known of him since probably, I would say, like 2010, 2011. So that's like a pretty, like I said, a pretty long time there.
The battle rap.
Yeah, he was like that was like my introduction to him, was like when like watching his battles, and what brought me to him was the fact that I liked how he was, like, lyrically, his bars were crazy, like what he, like, everything his setup and everything, delivery, and Also, what I like about him too is he was also not just the bars that he was like known for. He was also known for his jokes because he liked to clown on people too. And
Whoa.
yeah, if you actually watch his battles, it's actually like the one battle I would say him versus Conceited, hilarious. Even though it was like pretty much a whole bunch
I
of
think I saw Conceit on a show recently.
wilding out here. I know he's
No,
on.
not that one.
Oh no, he's on
Same
something
thing.
else?
It was like a dating show.
Oh, okay. I don't really watch MTV, so like
Yeah, me either.
I didn't even know he was on another show besides Wildin' Out. But
Who's your favorite artist right now? Or in the past? You're gonna have a lot. You can't really like decide like the best artist, you know?
It's hard because like, especially the fact that I don't really stick to one genre, so it's.
He's gonna say Caliucci's, I know it.
So I mean, she's definitely up there. Somebody like I listen to a lot, especially if we want to talk about, I guess when we want to talk about like top 5. Well, I'm gonna say like my top 5 guys, my top 5 rappers that are alive, and
Eminem.
That is. I usually say, and it's a funny thing. I'll say no particular order, but yet it's kind of is the order. So in that case, that's Tupac, Nas, Eminem, Jay-Z, and Kendrick.
And you met Kendrick, I know that.
Yep.
That must be so cool. Like, top 5 guys, you met him.
Oh yeah, and that was the best $300 I've ever spent.
Damn.
Yeah, $300 for that VIP package, and that was, like I said, it was worth it.
So Ulrich, did you write your Valentine poem?
I never did. Here's why. So I sat there. Okay, first off, I was on my way. I was on my way to New York City for a poetry reading. Actually, that's the funny part.
Ironic.
Yeah, but I just was not inspired to write anything. I don't know, just was not in that like mood or mindset, to write something like that. So I could have wrote like an anti-love poem, but then I decided not to because I know everybody wanted to.
What is anti-love?
Anti-love is
like anti-Valentine. Because I saw that on Snapchat.
Valentine, like from what I learned from like watching like the other poets, like at that poetry reading, that like it's more about like just heartbreak and then just like the darker side.
Sounds like Joji. Sounds like what I listen to.
I like Joji. He's nice.
Yeah. So Nick,
What's up?
how was your day? How was your day?
I just woke up like an hour ago.
Whoa!
Hour and a half ago, so
Oh, wow.
it just started. I was working on stuff. I didn't go to bed till like 3, and then like, yeah, I'm a fully woke.
Stay woke.
Yeah.
So how's that pizza place near your work?
Delicia's?
No, not that one. Your other job.
There's a pizzeria by there?
No, you had it like on your Snapchat or like Instagram story.
Oh, in Hoboken.
Yeah. How's that one?
I never went. The thing is, so I work for a company called Urban Arts. It's based in Hoboken. It's this really cool studio. It's this really awesome art studio. It's like goals. That's how cool this place is.
Whoa.
But like
So like
I really don't report there. It's like only because so basically what my job is that public schools contact this studio for like aftercare programs and enrichment programs for like grades.
So for like teaching?
Yeah, for
Okay.
like grades, I believe it could be from kindergarten to 5th grade because most of the elementary schools that's pretty much the age range, but they have a few classes that the company that I work for offer, but I do the comic book class for grades 3 and 5 in Montclair, and then I'm possibly doing another comic book class in Hoboken. But So yeah, like I really just report to the schools, and most of the time, like I just have to report to Montclair. So I barely go to Hoboken unless I need supplies that I ran out.
Or pizza.
Pizza.
Sorry.
But like I have yet to try that pizza place, but it looks really good though.
Let me know how it is.
The cool. You see, Hoboken's cool.
Yeah,
But
it's a
I
young
hate
town.
it at the same time because
I hate Hoboken.
there's no parking.
Yes.
Like you think you found a parking spot, but then you look up and you see a nice giant sign that says residential parking, or that you need a parking pass of some sort.
It sounds like the shore.
No, it's worse than the shore.
Oh, no.
It's like 10. Like you have to find either a lot. Yeah, you have to find a lot.
I laugh at the fact that I say I hate Hoboken, yet I go to New York City like almost every chance I get, and it's like the same situation.
Oh, I'm like very shocked about myself because like I drove in the city once. I had like a massive anxiety attack, but Hoboken is kind of like a quieter, a little more open New York City. But it's like it's city driving.
Yeah.
But it's like I don't know why I'm so calm and chill like driving in Hoboken, but the last time I drove in the city I had a straight up like I panic attack, so like I don't know. You see the problem is like in the city you have to be an aggressive driver.
Oh, yeah.
I'm the most defensive driver out there.
That's like the one thing, like, in fact, I think that's why I appreciate my dad actually teaching me how to drive, because he's from New York. So, and in fact, the first thing he said to me before I started driving was, I don't think I should be teaching you how to drive.
I have not learned how to drive in the city yet, so I'm a little scared.
It's not as bad. Just the thing is, you just have to come to the conclusion that people, once again, are aggressive and will not catch you, will not give you a break.
People aren't generous, so like, if you think you're gonna get into this little opening because you see an opening, you gotta fight.
You gotta fight.
You have to like, because the person behind you was like one time I even drove in Staten, like I drive in Staten Island a lot because my family lives there, and like this is how annoying drivers are in there. Literally, I was trying to get out of a parking spot to go on the main road, and like a guy saw me trying to like get out because there was an open spot. He floors it, opens his window, and he's like, "Not today, buddy." I'm just like, "Wow, like fuck you."
This drawing now is now my waifu, by the way.
Really?
Maybe.
Oh.
Or waifu.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's like anime terms.
Yeah, I know.
I was actually watching Naruto before I came here.
I feel like a weeb now for saying that. So, alright. I got a lot of Nick questions here.
Do?
Yeah. So I'm just gonna do it in like a pattern.
Okay.
Or,
So,
what is your rare form? I feel like I'm sounding like a Pokemon thing, but what is your rare form?
my rare form. How do I explain
I feel like
that?
it's when Kanye, he goes, "Don't let me get in my zone." It's like one of those things.
When I'm in my rare form, it's like when I'm like just in that
Happy?
that mindset where I'm just like more like positive, focused, in a good mood. Pretty much that's pretty much what it is. I'm not trying to say I'm in a bad mood like all the time, but
Definitely not.
yeah, but that's pretty much what that means when I'm in my rare form.
Nick,
So-
what is a mukbang, and can we throw one right here?
Mukbangs are big in the YouTube scene. Shane Dawson, Trisha Paytas, they all do it. David Dobrik. Basically, just haul a bunch of fucking food and eat with your friends. And
Okay, we'll do that on my birthday.
I'm like record and just like, I don't
Maybe
know
not.
why, but like it's so satisfying just to like watch someone just eat food.
Here's some food. You satisfied?
But like,
Goldfish.
like for some reason, it's just so satisfying watching like a group of people eat. I don't know why.
You know what? That's how it is. Like lately, like I'll be like looking at like some of these videos on YouTube, and it's like it'll be like them like going to like certain places and just sitting there eating, and I'm just sitting there like I don't know why I like this.
You do like, so I feel like I'm like with them because I'm just like, but like
I feel with them right now.
but like it's like to the max though. Like mukbangs, it's like they don't just order like a pie pizza. They'll order like 3 pies of pizza, Wendy's, Burger King, like all in one sitting.
I
and
would
you're basically-
vomit. I would vomit out of Ulrich's car.
And like you're basically just pigging out. And I don't know why, I just always thought that was like so fascinating. Like YouTube in general was like fascinating. Like
It is
for
interesting.
some reason I like watching story times or like I don't know, like I don't you know what's weird? I don't even give a flying fuck for like the whole makeup gurus and stuff, but like sometimes I like watch Jeffree Star's videos because to be honest, I think Jeffree's one of the most entertaining people. I mean, he's just so entertaining, you know?
Yeah, I agree with that.
What
He's
about
like-
young Sher?
Yeah, young Sher too.
Yeah, it's story time right here.
But like
We're having our own little
I'll
goldfish
like watch
mukbang.
like random content, like stuff that I could probably care less about, but the person is so entertaining that I really just don't care what they say, but I just like listening to them, you know?
I feel ya.
That's how I feel like about like Jeffree Star. Like Shane Dawson, I think Shane Dawson's incredible.
The Logan Paul doc.
Well, yeah, but now he's doing these cool conspiracy theory videos.
McDonald's, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Shane, like, I think Shane deserves a TV show. That's how... He's like... I think he just surpassed, like, 20 million subs.
Congratulations to Shane Dawson.
Yeah. But, he's pretty cool, but, like, yeah, I just love, like, people doing... Like, people engaging in, like, social, like, gatherings that I'm not at for some reason. Because I'm just so, like, I don't feel like going out of my house.
Yeah, that's definitely true.
Yo, Ulrich,
So,
you talk about battle rap a lot. When are you going on Wild 'N Out?
I mean, that's funny.
How do you even get on that? Do you, like... Is there, like, an application you can do that?
Oh, well, like Wild 'N Out. It's like
Nick Capone meets Nick Cannon.
Nick Cannon pretty much like finds people that he thinks is funny or just like the thing was with him with Wild 'N Out like lately I like it because of the fact that he decided to incorporate battle rappers in there too, like Hitman Holla, Conceited, Charlie
Yo,
Clips,
Hitman.
Sharon is another one too. Like those guys are all battle rappers, and to have that incorporated into the show, which is like pretty much like comedy and hip hop together, I think that's genius. So.
Do you remember that show on MTV, Yo Mama? That was awesome.
God. I was actually watching.
The guy who played Fez hosted that from that 70s show. Yeah.
I like always combined them with like Wild 'N Out because they were always like on after each other. It was so.
Nick,
what's up?
what do you get at Chili's? I know you go there a lot.
On a good day, I get chicken fajitas. So I call them chicken fajitas. Why? I always will say that. Not to the waiter though, but like just generally, I'd be like, "Can I have chicken fajitas?" Or "I want chicken fajitas." Don't ask me why. One time I said it to a waiter, and they looked at me so like confused and like I feel like they wanted to laugh, but they felt like it wasn't like an appropriate setting to laugh.
Why would I laugh at this?
But like, you should get the chicken fajitas or a burger. I'm like by default, I'm a burgers and fries kind of guy.
Yes.
I like people. You get people who like love Italian food, love all these authentic, authentic fancy food. Me, burger, fries,
bacon.
I will go to the most expensive restaurant, and like if they have it, I'll be like, can I just have a burger? Like I literally I'd go to these like cool restaurants with my parents, and they'll be like, Nick, this is one of the biggest restaurants in the city, or like one of the top restaurants in the area.
This is a Ruth's Chris.
And you're gonna order a burger. I'm like, yeah, because I want a burger. Like, I'm literally like you know Jughead from Archie Comics? He's like my spirit animal, because that's all he did. He would eat burgers all fucking day. Like.
Alright, so we're going to change up the program a little bit. We're going to play a game.
I like games.
Ricky and Nikki. On this part of the podcast, we are going to play a short game based on Ulrich's movie reviews. I will say a few movie titles. I call it See It or Pass.
Okay.
Captain Marvel.
See it.
Pass.
Toy Story 4.
I'm gonna say pass. I'm just not a Toy Story fan. That's
I used to be a Toy Story fan, so I will say see it for nostalgia, but if I saw it like as a standalone film, I'd probably pass.
Aladdin.
I'm actually interested in this one, so pass. I mean, not pass. I mean, see it.
It's one of my favorite Disney movies, but I will say pass because I just don't like Will Smith.
I might just see it because of Jasmine. It's the only reason.
I never actually saw a visual of Jasmine, what she looks like.
Yeah, I've not
I didn't see that
seen
either.
it yet.
I just saw what Aladdin looked like, and of course Will Smith,
Alright.
Genie.
Here's it. Will Smith's in it?
Yeah.
That's hot, that's hot. Alright. So, what about the other one? Dumbo?
I'll see it.
I'm iffy about that one. I'm not
Okay.
sure.
Now, this one I'm iffy about. The new Star Wars?
I didn't even see
Star
anything
Wars
about this
IX?
one.
I'm not a Star Wars person, sadly.
We all know it's coming out.
Due to the fact that I've seen all of them, I might as well see this one too. So I'm definitely seeing it.
Yeah. I mean, I just gotta see how it ends.
Yeah.
Because it's getting to that point.
Was like the final movie?
I guess so. And like, I mean, there was a trilogy, there was a saga. It's like, there's
Yeah,
gonna be a lot. It's a lot. It's like 9 movies now almost.
Oh shit.
Yeah, about that. That sounds about right.
Yeah. So, this next one is an M. Night Shyamalan movie.
No.
Glass.
No.
I'm okay. At first, I wasn't gonna see it, but
Has
now,
Samuel L. Jackson.
but now I'm
Mace
curious
Windu.
because of the fact that I've seen Unbreakable. I just haven't seen Split, and I've
Haven't
heard
seen
Split
it.
was pretty good. So I think I'm gonna watch Split, and then I'm gonna go see Glass.
Ever since he ruined the
Avatar.
Avatar Last Airbender franchise.
Oh, I hate him for that one.
I hate him for that one, so I refuse to. I'm like boycotting his movies. I'm not watching his
Oh
movies.
yeah,
Like,
That was like a disgrace because the show was probably. I'm pretty sure.
We still watch it.
I still watch it, but like it's one of my favorite shows
Oh
of
my
all
god,
time.
it's the best show ever.
No, but
I have it on my
I'm pretty
computer.
sure it's really acclaimed to the point where it is regarded as one of the best animated shows of all time.
Yes,
I'm pretty.
yeah,
I'm
that was
pretty
my
sure.
childhood.
Like, there's or at least on Nickelodeon, it's like regarded as one of the best like storylines and best animated shows of all time.
All right, we got 2 more. Star Wars. Oh, sorry, I messed up there.
That's cool.
Spider-Man: Far From Home.
Hell yes.
Yeah, I'll see it.
This one I need to see.
I still have to watch. Like, it's weird. I'll say that I
Why are
love
these all Disney movies?
Because Disney, like I said, got like about 9 movies coming out this
Disney's
year.
ruling the world. That's
And
pretty much
Run.
It's to the point where I said, damn it, Disney's gonna make me go broke. But
Like, you see, I have never seen Tom Holland's Spider-Man movie, but yet I will still say to this day that he's probably the best Spider-Man and best Peter Parker.
I
agree.
I have to agree with that. Especially when I saw Homecoming, I was like, yeah, that's definitely Peter Parker right there.
And like, don't get me wrong, I love Tobey Maguire's era Spider-Man,
Sam Raimi.
but like, he's not Peter Parker. He was like in college. Peter Parker's supposed to be in high school still.
Yeah.
That's like the whole.
The
And then Andrew Garfield, I just literally pass over. I did not like. I saw the first Spider. What was it? The Amazing Spider-Man. Was that
Yeah.
the? I saw that. I'm just like.
I
this is,
mean,
like,
he was okay. I'm not gonna say he was like the best in the world, but like I said, the minute I saw Homecoming and saw
Mukbang goldfish.
yeah, it was definitely good. But,
All right. Now, Hobbs and Shaw. It's like a Fast and Furious spin-off.
Yeah, I saw the trailer for that, and I think our only reason why I watch it is because of the fact that I've seen, of course, all the Fast and Furious, and the trailer was kind of funny. So,
I have to say,
yeah.
I will have to go for that one.
I'll
see
say
it.
pass because I didn't think they need to stop with the Fast and Furious franchise.
They should have stopped at 7.
They should have stopped at Tokyo Drift.
Tokyo Drift was terrible. Tokyo Drift wasn't terrible. It just
Rest in peace, Han.
yeah,
Tokyo Drift was one of my favorites.
I love Too
Alright.
Fast, Too Furious. That was my favorite.
that was good. So
I just like the Nissan Skylines. It's the only reason I started watching.
Back when people were like actually creative when they tune up their cars. That was like really cool.
Yeah, it was really cool. So, thanks for playing See It or Pass. Make sure to play this game with your friends. Or,
yep.
can you tell us about your projects coming out? Hashtag therapy.
Hashtag therapy. Yeah. Pretty much that's gonna be. It's just like nothing really major. It's just it's an EP. I'm still trying to debate whether or not.
Nothing major.
I don't know. I say
I made the picture for you.
Yeah, that is major. But yeah, it's like I'm not sure like how many songs. I'm thinking probably roughly like 6 or 7 songs. Pretty much there's like a lot of stuff that I wanted to talk about, and like things that I felt like I need to get off my chest. That's why it's called #therapy, because of that. And especially like some of the themes on there. Like I do talk about mental illness a lot, especially going through anxiety and depression.
Ghost, right?
And it's actually like some of the things that's on there. I mean, I shouldn't say some of the things, but like that's one thing. Like in general, like a lot of people don't want to talk about certain things that goes along with depression, especially like suicide, for example. Like not a lot of people don't want to talk about that. It's like it's taboo and all that. So I said, no, there's a couple things that I feel like I just need to talk about, and so people could start a conversation. And maybe it would. How do I say that? Yeah, like I said, just to get people to talk about it.
Trying to pull up the picture.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. We collabed on this project, us two. Oh, here we go. Overcome the disconnected, broken, and bruised self. Let go of all pain. Nice. Quote by Lord Grey.
Yep.
Grey man.
Actually, some of the things that's in that box though is actually some of the titles on the project.
Whoa.
Yeah. Like.
Oh, that's even cooler. Like I didn't think of that. Like I just typed it in. I just copy paste off Facebook. I'm like.
Paste. A friend of mine like came up with it, and I was like, she actually is a poet too, and she made that, and I was like, yo. She said that, I was like, yo, I like that. All right.
Poetry slam.
First thing I said to her was, yo, can I use that? She's like, yeah. I'm like, all right, cool.
And then you just sent it to me, right? Here you go. I definitely like it. I know Nick was like, don't trace it. And then I traced it. But I think it's still a really good cover art for like an EP.
Yeah.
You gotta hire this guy over here though. Like,
yeah.
This guy is the GOAT. You see what he drew for me?
That's awesome.
Little
She-Hulk.
Little She-Hulk sketch.
Don't say waifu. Please don't. Alright. Do you have any, do you want to explain? Oh, you just explained the quote. Sorry.
Yeah.
Do you have any, like, snippets?
Not currently on me.
It's all good.
But I'll have a snippet coming soon. I mean, I know, like, almost like a month ago, I put that one, like, not even a month ago, it was like a couple of weeks ago, where I put that one snippet, but that was from a different song and different,
I'll put some links in
project though.
Alright, Nick?
What's up?
Why does Tumblr not allow cartoons of pregnant Sandy?
So
Tumblr. He's like, that's a weird question.
So, for those who don't know, Tumblr did this new policy where they're kind of becoming more strict with their filtering systems.
Yep.
And pretty much anything that is in the slightest light of, like, nudity, sexual themes, mature themes, violence, like anything that they could get their hands on and deem as slightly inappropriate, they'll flag it. And that happened to me yesterday. One of my issues of Sandy that I actually put out maybe a little over a year ago got flagged for being inappropriate, and it literally, there was no nudity in it. It was just Sandy, my character, putting on, like, she had a bra on, but she was putting on a shirt, and she just so happened to be pregnant at the time, so the belly was showing, and I guess Tumblr had a problem with that. And what sucks is that I'm not the only one who's facing this issue. A lot of artists are actually leaving Tumblr after years and years of having it be a very huge platform for artists. A lot of artists who got their jobs they got today probably probably were found on Tumblr.
I mean, actually, to tell you the truth, I mean, I had Tumblr for a while just because like I liked looking at some of the art, and also I liked. I actually did put some of my music on there too.
Oh, I had a Tumblr. I just did not know how to use it.
It was
confusing.
It was a nice tool, and then they started getting crazy with it, and I was like, I can't. I really didn't care less. And in fact, I got rid of my account.
Yeah, like literally.
I forgot my password.
There was like a recent issue with one of my friends that I went to college with. She posted just a figure drawing study of like a female torso. So obviously it was like nude, but nothing sexual about it. It was just a figure study, just to like practice anatomy. And I guess she was like proud of how it came out. So she has an art blog on Tumblr. So she posted it. It got flagged. And she's like, are you fucking kidding me? So a lot of artists are actually moving to Twitter, and obviously DeviantArt's still a thing.
Yeah.
But it's slowly dying day by day. But
rest in peace.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, it's getting there.
I mean, I still use DeviantArt just for like portfolio purposes. I post my portfolio on there, but literally, DeviantArt's prime was 2007. After 2007,
good times.
After 2007, it literally is just a shit show. Like, because Instagram became a thing, Twitter became a bigger thing, so a lot of artists use those as well, and I guess it kind of outnumbers or overpowers DeviantArt, and now it's soon to be Tumblr, and I'm just kind of happy Tumblr did this because. The only person at the end of the day that they're going to hurt from this is themselves. And exactly. Now they're going to realize how they fucked over not only the artist community, but their business. And we're going to real soon, probably most likely see an end of Tumblr, which...
I remember you were telling me that your community, the art community, is just small. It's
small, so like...
Yeah.
It's relatively small, but... like, word gets around easily. So, like, say if you were this artist and you had, like, a really controversial opinion on something, could be whatever to your... I'm not getting super into detail with it, but, like, everyone will know, and everyone will have their opinion on it, and that could decipher whether or not they would ever want to work with you. I've seen on Twitter especially, like, certain artists would have certain opinions on something.
Your community's not going to work with Tumblr no more.
Oh, no, that ship has sailed. A lot of artists literally just left Tumblr. They deleted their accounts and they're like,
yep.
Bye, Tumblr.
Nick, what do you use now instead of Tumblr? Did you go over already?
Yeah, I just use Instagram, Twitter, DeviantArt. There's a site.
Imgur? What was it? IMGUR?
No, not that.
Okay.
There's a site that's just, but it's like strictly for more like a portfolio-based art sharing site.
Pinterest.
No, Behance. It's an Adobe owned app. So it's basically like you're sharing your pieces, but they really suggest that they be like portfolio pieces, not sketching, like not sketches or anything, but it's like just so you have an online portfolio or have access to an online portfolio.
Cool stuff.
I've used that in college, but it's really not my best. And then obviously I use LinkedIn for all my
I have that too. We're friends on there.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah.
I have almost 5,000 followers.
Woo!
It's
It's
annoying.
growling.
LinkedIn's annoying. Because literally, you'll get followers from all around the world, and they'll like, there's no like translate, like option.
You gotta go Google.
So like literally, I'll get someone messaging me in all like Mandarin, and I'm just like,
Gotta give them these Chinese playing cards.
Yeah. So, and then LinkedIn's kind of annoying because I feel like people just like message you like, hey, I have a printing company if you ever need me. I'm like, okay. Or the most annoying part of LinkedIn is like,
Be right back. God bless knows. I'll keep talking.
No.
Oh boy.
I know, it just randomly happened.
Man down. But like, say you worked at VJ's for like a year.
Right.
You'll get like 100 200, 300, 400 messages of people being like, congrats on your work anniversary. And I just like, I used to respond to all of them, but now I'm just like, I just really just don't respond whatsoever. It's too time consuming. It's too stressful.
Yeah, no, I can't do all that.
Yeah, no.
Alright, back in action.
You good?
I think. That's the first time that happened on a podcast. Alright. So, Nick,
What's up?
why are you so cool?
I am. I feel like I'm
laughing.
I feel like I'm probably the most boring person ever.
Not at all.
I don't know, I guess I have different opinions, I guess. I don't know. Like,
yeah, that's why.
I feel like I mean I had like a similar conversation with my parents, but more in effect like more in a standpoint where
Did they
they're
ask the
ask-
same question?
no, but they're just like, why do you have such like different opinions on things? I'm like, because I'm a follower, not a lead. I mean, I'm a leader, not a follower. And like, I don't know. I just don't give a fuck. You know?
I like that.
Like I mean, it started off being like I kind of befriended older kids from like high school.
On your like Instagram, like the picture with you and like the aviators and stuff, like
Well, not just that, but like it's more
you
like
give like that bad boy appearance.
oh,
It's
thanks.
kind of like punk rockish almost.
Yeah. But like, anyways, like I befriended a lot of people that I'd never in a million years thought I would be friends with in high school. In more recent years, and a lot of them kind of have that like live as if no one's watching kind of outlook in life, and I give mad respect to anyone who lives like that, and I try to implement that in my lifestyle. So it goes back to me, just like I'm saying, I don't give a fuck, you know.
IDGAF.
Pretty much.
Oric.
So,
Why are you so cool?
me,
Same
cool?
question.
I don't know about cool. I mean, I've been like the outcast, like for like.
Hey, yeah.
Cause like I always wanted to be different from everybody else, and like always want to like stand out. So like I just never really did what everybody else did, the normal, I should say. So if everyone thinks I'm cool because of that, I mean that's
I have mad respect for you.
I just like I said, I just think it's boring just being normal.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
And even that too, like I always told myself like I have certain friends that like are very cautious and they constantly worry about like other people's opinions of them, or like if they do something so quote unquote daring, like they're like, oh my god, like what are people gonna think? Like when I got my nose pierced for the first time, my parents were like, Nick, why are you gonna do that? Like what are people gonna think of you now? I'm like,
Twice?
I'm like, I don't give a fuck what people think of me.
Yes,
I'm like, I go to them, I'm like, life is too short to have people hold you back to only be 60% of what you want to be.
Yep.
When you could easily just go 150%. And I live by that every day. Like, why have society...
He's over 9,000.
Yeah, why have, like, society and, like, people's opinions hold you back when they're just irrelevant?
I mean, honestly, let me. I'm gonna keep it 100, and like, I would say like I started really living life was like 2015 when I just turned like 25, and I just remember people saying you couldn't do certain things, like for example, the first time I did travel by myself to Canada, and my mom was like, "You're going by yourself? You're not going going with you? Anybody, going with you?" I'm like,
Nope,
why?
just drink.
Because like I said, let's.
I'm sorry.
I mean, they'd be sitting there saying like, but now I'm like, okay, well, I want to do certain things. Certain people, a lot of people don't know anything about what I like. So yeah, I'm gonna go by myself. She's like, well, you don't know anybody up there. I'm like,
I'll make friends.
that's the funny thing, because that's what I said. Next a couple days, like about like 5 days later, I come back, and first thing I said to my mom is, "Remember when you say I don't know anybody? Yeah, I do now."
Ooh.
And that's the thing, when you go to a lot of events, like you're around people that
Like
the same thing.
Same thing.
So it's easy to just talk and start a conversation. So it doesn't. So you don't need to go with anybody. You can just flat out.
It's nasty.
Yeah, you can just like flat out like meet people when you're there. I mean, there's so many people, cool, chill people I met over the years.
I think what will help people overcome that whole defense mechanism, like, be open to new ideas and just like new people. Like, don't be afraid to meet new people. I think that's what helps a lot. Like, just to add on to like what Ulrich was saying of like how he made friends in Canada, when everyone was talking like, who you know in Canada? I'm like, oh well, now I know a lot of people in Canada. Like, it's definitely more of like an extroverted approach. Yeah. I know a lot of people in today's society are very introverted.
Oh yeah, I'm definitely the biggest introvert you'll ever meet.
You see, I was, I guess, raised a little different because I lived in a household full of extroverts. My mom, she's like a huge businesswoman, and she raised me to kind of like put myself in a situation where, say if I have to give a speech, or say if like, she'll be like, just get it over with. It's like ripping a Band-Aid off, just get it over with. Or like inserting myself into social groups, like on the first day of college, or like she kind of was like, Nick, if you don't introduce yourself, if you don't engage in conversations with people, then you're not going to make friends, or no one's going to want to bother with you. So, like, growing up, that whole mantra kind of stuck with me. So that's why I would say I'm definitely more on the extroverted side, because I look at and more and less like I won't be seen or heard if I don't engage. So
yeah.
And like, I totally understand where like an introvert's perspective comes from. It's definitely sometimes a little overwhelming or like anxiety driven to just like talk to new people, meet new people. So I totally get that, but like I said, I just look at it like ripping a Band-Aid off, just get it over with. Yeah. Even when I remember in high school, whenever we had to give a speech or like or present something to a class, I would always offer to go first, because I would just be like, if I do it first, I'll be done. I'll get it over with, and I can relax the rest of the class, and like I can calm down. So. And, like, I just learned this all from my mom. My mom would give speeches to, like, crowds
Sounds
of,
like a cool mom.
2,000 people, 3,000 people. She would give speeches to.
Sounds like a really cool mom.
Yeah, she's cool. She's cool. But yeah, like, I don't know, like, sometimes, like, with that said, though, I feel like it's definitely harder making friendships with people,
lasting ones too.
Especially if you're an extrovert like me, or even relationship wise. Like, my biggest concern is that I tend to date a lot of girls who are more on the introverted side.
Ooh.
And I feel bad because it's like, I feel like I'm probably low key or high key overwhelming them a little bit. Like, I could be very friendly, engaging in conversations with them, and with that said, I probably subconsciously know that I'm probably too much or being too much, but I don't realize it right away, and I probably scare them away because I'm probably too extroverted. I'm too
happy.
I always, like, on days, like, if they want to, like, just, mind to themselves or be very independent, I'm always like, hey, what'd you do today? How was your day? Anything exciting happen? What's your favorite movie?
At work, they have, like, the yearbook thing.
Yeah.
I've been looking around. You got the friendliest.
No, I got most talkative.
Oh.
I don't know why.
I think you didn't get one, did you?
Nah, I didn't get one.
I was going to say most shy, but that didn't count.
Nah, I didn't. Definitely not.
I got person to make your day the brightest. And thank you to all those who voted for me. It means so much to me.
I was like low-key like, really? When they voted me most talkative? I get it. If it's like really dead, I used to go up to membership and be like, hey guys, I'm bored. But like, I literally just like walk around my department with like a really sulky face and like Like a
Shout
Death
to
Stare.
Emmy the Gem, who just said Joji is great, and so are you. Thank you. Yeah. Yeah, when I look on this couch, I see a really happy, talkative guy. And I see kind of a happy, smiley, happy, shy guy. And, Nick,
Yes, sir.
who do you recommend to come on this podcast, or who do you think would actually listen to this? Because it's about 55 minutes long so far.
Oh, fuck.
Yeah, we've been talking a while. You've been on that couch for a while. Why don't we just stand up, do some jumping jacks? Oh, I just hit my head. Whatever.
Recommended people? I don't know anyone by, like, specific, but, like, definitely, I feel like your podcast would definitely flourish in, like, the art cosplay community.
Yes.
Music-wise, video games,
I think
pop
we're just
culture.
everything.
Like, everything.
Everything and anything.
Like, it's kind of like you just see, like, a lot of people try different genres with their content, but sometimes you definitely see them sticking to more of a specific kind of genre, and it works for some reason. You know what I mean? Like,
it sticks.
like, what's, like, Joe Rogan doing now? He's, like, pop culture, right?
Yeah.
Joe Rogan? He does a lot of comic-related stuff, and he does, like, a lot of...
It's funny because my name's Joe.
Yeah. But, like,
Different
you know,
Joe,
the
though.
people, like, Charlemagne the Guy, he does just, like, rappers and music. So it's, like...
Yeah. Oh, I know Charlemagne.
I know a lot of people hate
Eminem.
Charlemagne.
I love Charlemagne.
I love all the beef he gets in with, like, people. For some reason, like, they'll be so shady, like, oh, Charlemagne's just, like, a piece of shit.
He just keeps it 100. That's what I like. That's what I like about.
What about
him.
Joe Budden?
Joe Budden's just an asshole. Like, I'm sorry.
Wait,
There's a difference. Joe Budden.
Yeah.
Like,
Slaughterhouse.
I love Slaughterhouse, but he was actually the reason why Slaughterhouse actually got disbanded.
Oh, yeah.
He didn't want, there was a lot of things to that, but I was just like, yeah, he only had like what, one hit?
I think Joe Budden.
Yeah.
I only remember one song from him. I think it was Castles.
Speaking of which, is 6ix9ine out of jail?
Hell no. In fact, that dude is.
Done.
He's
Did we just talk about 6ix9ine on the podcast? 'Cause
No, I don't think so.
if we did, I just want to say, let's not give him anything, because
He's a piece of shit.
not just that. I feel like when it comes to certain people who we think are celebrities who don't really deserve the fame, we don't give them publicity on the podcast.
Also, the fact that he ratted out almost everybody and gonna get witness protection. Even though I don't know how he's gonna be protected when you got the number 69 tatted on you like 69 times.
Like,
He's gonna be dead.
how is he even famous? Like, I just don't like that. Like,
My friend told me today I should become famous, so that way I should get with that girl.
yeah. Like,
Bit older though. I mean, definitely
like,
have a chance.
I'm all with, like, you know, I'm pretty sure Eminem said it, Snoop said it. That whole mumble rap scene is fucking garbage.
In fact, my issue with like rap these days.
I don't want to like trash talk mumble
Yeah.
rap. I'm sorry.
No, that's cool. No, I'm saying is like with like rap these days, like some of it is actually not that bad. My only issue is like some of them.
Can't understand them.
That and the fact that a lot of them sound exactly the same with like the whole like melodic flow with the heavy auto tune.
Yeah.
And they talk about the same exact thing. It's like I can't tell who's who anymore. So.
And have you noticed? I think you told me this one time where I saw like a meme of something where it's
Gucci
like,
Gang reminds me of Versace by Migos. I don't know why. It's just
but
repetitive.
like rap.
Exactly.
But there was like this thing where it's like rap in the '80s was talking about how how people like they were like drug dealers, and then rap in the '90s was like how to get off the streets and like be racked up.
What was that one song?
Rap in the early 2000s was like like just like what was this?
It's pretty much like
And then-
80s was pretty much about how drugs are bad and everything. Then you had the 90s, which talk about I am a drug dealer, but I don't want to be a drug dealer. I'm just doing it to feed my kids. And then the 2000s is like, you know, hustling, pretty much like all hustling music. And
what
then
was the...
you got now, which
It's
is
like, oh, I'm on drugs.
I'm on drugs.
You got that Lil Xan.
I hate Lil Xan.
Me too. Oh crap! I gave him publicity.
I can't.
What was Bismarck Key? 90s or 80s?
He was 80s.
You got what I need.
Good song.
But you say I'm
song.
just a friend. But you say I'm just a friend. And that was about, I think, cheating.
It was just. I'm trying to think what that song was about. More, I think it was just about.
We'll listen to it later.
Yeah.
Like
To avoid the copyright.
And I feel like battle rap is very like trendy in the last year. Like I feel like all these like rappers who are like dying out with like the early 2000s think that they're gonna make a comeback by dissing another rapper. But with respect,
Yeah.
some of these rappers deserve it because some of these rappers are pieces of shit. Like Nicki Minaj is like the biggest piece of shit.
And she's got her own radio station.
I think with a lot of these guys like beef and everything, like especially
Sher Street is better than Queen Radio. Sher Street is better than Queen Radio.
Hell yeah.
Sher Street is better than... Okay. You get the point.
But like honestly, I got asked that question before with like what's the difference between like rap beef and battle rap? Like rap beef, like some of these guys like with the mainstream, like they put out their little record, they do like subliminal disses and everything, but when it comes to battle rap, it's like it's straight up competition. Like I'm going to kill you where you stand.
It's like 8 Mile.
Like literally.
LOL
I'm better.
when Machine Gun Kelly thought he had one over Eminem, and then Eminem just fucking clapped back and like.
My thing
shot.
My thing with that one, and I'm gonna say this just now, and I'm not gonna say it again. With Machine Gun Kelly, he was just stating facts, and I didn't like the fact that you're sitting there saying his beard's weird, and then you complimented him. Last time I checked, this was a diss track. Why are you complimenting him right after you just... Alright, whatever, sure. And then I like how the fact that Eminem like waited like about 2 weeks or so before he responded. But he had more quotables too in that diss track.
From his man bun.
He dissed the man bun, and then he also dissed... Oh, man.
He did diss the man bun.
I thought one of the most brutal diss tracks was Remy Ma's response to Nicki Minaj. She-There, I think it was called.
She-There, yes.
She went like in. She was like basically outing Nicki Minaj as like rap game's biggest fucking hoe in the industry and like sleeps for like gigs and stuff.
A lot of people don't know though is that Remy Ma actually before she became like this mainstream rapper, she was actually a battle rapper.
Yeah.
Like in fact, like I remember watching the thing with her and Fat Joe, and Fat Joe was saying like
sometimes I stay up at night and I wonder where did Nicki Minaj come from?
I don't know.
And the funny part is, people don't like to look at her, especially like the industry doesn't like to look at Nicki Minaj as the problem. Yet she's had a beef with one of the biggest female rappers out there, Lil' Kim, Remy Ma. She had beef with Mariah Carey. She had a beef with Cardi B.
Cardi B, yep.
And like
someone threw a shoe at one of them.
Cardi B. But like you make it but no one has yet to think maybe Nicki's the problem.
In fact, even she had that little beef with Travis Scott because Travis Scott had the #1 album and she didn't.
Remember?
Her new
I
album
remember
was
that.
garbage.
It was all.
That
fun.
was in Feels Like Summer by Gambino. They had Travis Scott playing with Nicki Minaj with like the blocks and stuff.
Oh yeah, I remember that.
Yeah.
Like, and there was like a song in her new album called Barbie Dreams or something, and she's basically just like ripping into like
every rapper.
Here's
just like
the thing
I
that a lot of people don't know. That whole entire idea
it was fake.
Was actually stolen
from
Really?
B.I.G., right?
B.I.G. did it first. Yeah.
Notorious Big.
Yeah.
Well, she's known for that though. She's not original whatsoever. She like straight up like just samples and copies like existing beats or content.
In fact,
People
50
like
Cent
trash talk me right now for being trying to be like, yo, Sher Street's not original. Well, fuck you too.
Facts. Now that I think about it, 50 Cent kind of had something similar too. Where that song "How to Rob" was him dissing almost everybody in the East Coast.
Oh, I remember that song.
Yeah.
Oh,
I'm-
fuck.
Saying how he was gonna rob everybody.
My brother thinks I listen to like a lot of like Connecticut rappers like Mike Green, Jid on the Track, Chris Webby. My brother's like, oh, Chris Webby's trash. My brother, he's been around since middle school. That's how long I've been listening to Webby, and I remember I was listening to it just a few days ago, coming home from college. He has a song called Questionnaire. It's just him questioning everything. It's just, this is my questionnaire. I thought, like, like, sometimes you find music you just think is original. I wonder if what we all listen to is, like, original.
See, and that's the thing with music, and I'm just gonna throw this out there. There's no such thing as originality because there's some point in time somebody probably did it before you.
Yeah.
So you may be original
In your own light.
in your own process.
like in your own era probably, but chances are sometime down the road.
Like, biggest.
Congratulations, guys. We passed an hour so far.
Oh, shit.
Damn.
I know. Like, here, get up, stand up, walk around.
Like, biggest example to me, like, I think he's super talented, but let's be real here. There's no way in hell you can't think that Bruno Mars has probably ripped off Michael Jackson.
Oh yeah,
True.
I mean, it definitely influenced him. Yeah.
Or heavily influenced.
Yeah.
And, like, even The Weeknd. But I'm pretty sure The Weeknd even said, like, in an interview that Michael Jackson's first solo album, I think it was called, like, what, Off the Wall or something?
Oh yeah.
They said that's how he learned how... He's like, that album taught me how to do falsetto and, like, all these different...
Chance the Rapper used to dance to Michael Jackson.
Yeah.
Like I said, so
Yeah.
many, like, there's a lot of people out there that, like, if it wasn't for certain artists, they will not be here.
Like people don't like to give credit where there wouldn't be a
due.
Beyonce if there weren't for Janet Jackson, or there wouldn't be like, I don't know, like Britney Spears if there wasn't a Madonna.
I wonder who else shaved their head. Sorry, I had it too soon.
I mean, I'm gonna be honest. I mean, if it wasn't for certain people in my top 5, like, look, for example, I remember listening to Tupac, Nas, Jay-Z. Sometimes I'll listen to like Snoop and all, and some of the other guys in the West Coast. And like, if it wasn't, actually even in high school, I was listening to mostly all Southern rap like T.I. and 8-Ball and MJG and Ludacris and all that. And that's how you develop your sound. Like after just listening to all these different artists and just like be like, hey, I like this and I like this, and you can kind of just mold it into what you want to be
It's
now.
cool like that.
Yeah, because like for example, like I like trap, but also like other genres too, and I like to incorporate trap.
When I first
with
heard
all the other
trap,
stuff.
like I'll go, hey Siri, play some trap music, and it'll play like EDM. I'm like, what is this? This ain't trap. And then you like,
Yeah.
you have to think trap is either EDM, or it's like from like Chi-Town. You have to think it's like hip hop
Yeah, so it's like either like you got like the
or Atlanta.
because trap started in Atlanta actually.
Oh,
So like
What's cool too is just like I really appreciate a lot in the music industry. Like, I love I'm like a sucker for subgenres.
Yeah.
So like, for example, I assume there's like a lot, like trap is like a subgenre of rap, freestyle, battle rap, like all that. There's like even in like metal, for example, because I'm like a huge metal head. Like there's like fantasy metal, black metal, doom metal, industrial metal, like power metal, like gothic metal. Like I just love that because I feel like I think that's where people get their originality from, because like for example, I think Metallica is probably the most overrated band of all time.
Facts.
Facts.
They're
Big
overrated.
facts. Big facts.
They're basically like on a loop. There's nothing
Yeah.
creative about their, like I respect them in the essence that they've impacted metal
oh yeah,
and rock. They definitely do that. But like they just sound like the same fucking, like the last good Metallica album in my eyes was Master of Puppets. That was like their last album. Their black metal is considered their biggest album is because they went mainstream. But you see, when you look into subgenres, that's where people get fucking creative.
Mm-hmm.
Like Morbid Angel. Marilyn Manson, I give so much respect because he's just so creative.
I like how he defends himself too.
He
Like,
defends himself. And, have you ever watched those? He has like there's numerous videos on YouTube where he's invited to give an interview at these like ultra conservative news shows, and he literally shuts people down, and he said in the most professional way ever. He's not aggressive. He's not like you know what I mean, like, oh fuck you, or like very like combative. He's just like, look, these are facts and that's my opinion, but you know, because like you guys remember Marilyn Manson.
Oh my God.
Was like heavily criticized for being the cause for kids to rebel, kids to kill themselves, school shootings, kids worshiping Satan. Yep. And then Marilyn Manson came out and was like, I said, I'm not influencing your kid whatsoever to do any of those
7 cards.
I think so.
Any of those like morbid things, and he's like, it's music's music.
Yeah.
They could take what they want from it, but just so they know and you know that I'm against all of that. Like he had a big but the thing is with Marilyn Manson though, which I heavily respect, and obviously because he's in a different subgenre of metal, which is the fact that he's not afraid to try new things. He's not afraid to shock people. Because like, let's be real here. Yeah, like a good metal concert, they're in the simple formation, they're all playing guitars and just singing and like thrashing.
Quick question.
Yeah.
Will you guys play Uno with me?
Sure. I'm very rusty. But like Marilyn Manson like literally does fucking crazy shit on stage, and I respect that.
Yeah, 100. I definitely agree with that because I've of course never been to any of his shows, but I've seen like stuff on like YouTube and shit, and be like, it's wild.
And like the funny part is, it's like he does it because he's Marilyn fucking Manson, and he can do it. So and apparently they say he's like the nicest person you'd ever meet in your life.
That's what I heard too, and I'm like, damn.
Really? Because the nicest person I know in my life right now is Nick Capone.
Oh, thanks.
So I'm not sure. Are you Marilyn Manson?
Yeah. But like going back to like the
I'm sorry.
Going back to the whole subgenre thing, I just feel like I find more inspiration, more individuality, and originality in subgenres rather than like the main.
Oh yeah, I definitely love dipping into different like genres, and that's the thing like I love to do. And
he recommends me music.
And ever since I was probably like 4 or 5, because that's when like my dad started introducing me to all these different genres, and then that's when I started. And then of course like when I started becoming more of a fan of hip hop, that's when I started finding out there's like more than just one, like I said, subgenre.
Alright, I think I'll go first.
Alright.
I forgot how to play this.
So the directions are: the first player is normally the player to the left of the dealer. You can also choose the youngest player. I don't know. Orc, you want to be the dealer?
I guess. I don't remember how to play this.
And gameplay usually follows a clockwise direction. Every player views his/her cards and tries to match the card in the discard pile. You have to match either by the number, color, or the symbol/action. For instance, if the discard pile has a red card that has an 8, you have to place either a red card or a card with an 8 on it. You can also play a wild card, which can alter current color in play. If the player has no matches or they choose not to play any of their cards, even though they might have a match, they must draw a card from the draw pile. If that card can be played, play it. Otherwise, the game moves on to the next person's turn.
I hear friendships are broken in this game.
Oh, great.
I know, I hear friendships get, like...
Oh, yeah. I remember, like...
The word family is irrelevant in this game.
When I used to play this game online with, like, other people, and...
we need a discard pile, I think.
I used to, like, fight people on this.
Yeah, just... Really? Please don't punch me. Don't punch me.
That was back then.
By the way, I feel so bad whenever I grab the goldfish back because I feel like it's like an ASMR video where you're just like close to the mic and be like, "That tastes so fucking good."
I'm still trying to like kind of understand this whole ASMR thing.
To a certain degree, I understand why people think it's like very relaxing. I get that, but some of it's just fucking weird.
Yeah, I
have a few more questions left. But
what you got?
The game continues until a player has 1 card left. The moment a player has just 1 card, they must yell Uno. If they're caught not saying Uno by another player before the next player has taken their turn, that player must draw 2 new cards as a penalty. Alright, we know how to play now, right?
Okay.
Okay. So guys, Nick, I see you were doing chicken scratch earlier. Yeah. It's still a podcast and we're playing Uno at the same time.
Why not?
Alright, so how do we who's the dealer? Just throw one card down. Alright, so we have to match a
Right.
yellow. Damn it.
What?
It goes back to you now.
Oh,
Or-
okay.
Alright. So you're doing chicken scratch earlier?
I was. So is that like...
That's like a wild card.
That's I guess I get to change the color, so I'm gonna say red.
Does that work? 2+?
Do I keep drawing cards?
I don't know. I haven't played
Well,
it so
the thing
long.
is, you're trying to get rid of the name of the goal is to get rid of your card. But if you get that card though, that means that you have to draw 2.
I don't have to.
All right, pause Uno game. Pause Uno game.
I know that one. Like you make the other person draw 2 cards.
Okay, so guys,
So I'm guessing.
are you ready for the last question?
Sure.
You guys get to both ask me one last question.
Ask a question.
Yeah, just ask me a question. It's the last question.
Okay.
Could be anything?
Could be anything. As long as it wasn't probably said before, but who knows what that was? Because you're the guest. You get to ask me.
Okay.
You can think about while we try to figure what we're doing.
All right. What's next for young Sher?
What's next for young Sher? So I was in this guy's DMs. He's another rapper. And he lives in like New Haven, Connecticut, somewhere up there. He also goes out to CA. Let's see if I could actually message him, see if he would actually hop on the podcast with me. His name's Mike Green.
Okay.
He's like, I can show you him later. He's pretty cool. But I'm not sure if I could ever get him. Maybe one day once I get a new house, and a new setup. In other news, I'm gonna try to get my friend Brennan Williams over. My buddy from high school, Brennan, he used to do Boy Scouts with me.
Oh, okay.
And one time he hanged up this kid's underwear on a flagpole. He goes to the kid. He goes, so heard do you poop your pants? And the kid goes, no, why? He's like, 'cause I did. I pooped your underwear.
Wow.
Oh no, but he's a legend. He was in the choir too. He's a really good kid. I can't wait to have him on the podcast, possibly in a few Tuesdays from now. Actually, it takes a long time for like me to set these up. Like it feels like 3 weeks ago was the last one. 4 weeks possibly. It might be a little busy too. You didn't see my cards?
Nope.
No.
Okay, good.
I was, yeah.
There's a lot going on with like Young Sher lately. We had a title change too, so we were Young Sher 37. Now we're just Young Sher. I changed the Facebook page. I can't change my Twitter, so it's getting a little awkward. But yeah, it's pretty fun so far. How about you?
Kind of in loop to that question. Do you have any ideas to ever branch out, like keep the Young Sher brand going, but like not even like have a podcast that do some other non-podcast related content that like follows the Young Sher brand?
I want to make like more videos with my friends. It's just problem is we're all busy, you know.
Yeah, I hear you.
We're like, I remember like when I started this, I was like 17 or 18. It was like 2016. I can't believe it's 2019. It's like 3 years ago we started in January, and you have to like make time for everything. There's like a time for everything. There's kind of like this podcast. We've done an hour of this, and now we're doing Uno.
Yeah.
Unless you guys want to play ping pong, which might be better and easier to learn.
Okay.
It depends how you guys want to play the cards. No pun intended. So I guess end it right here.
Yeah. That's fine.
And you'll never know who won the Uno game.
It's definitely not me.
You'll never know.
Spoiler alert.
All right. Thank you for listening this far. our hour-long podcast. This is a first for us. This is the longest one we've done.
Because I remember, like, the one we did in season 1 was, like, close to
50
an hour.
minutes.
Yeah.
All right.
Oh, God, speaking of which, you should do an ASMR. Just like...
All right. Make sure to drop a like, share, and subscribe to Young Sher. Peace, everybody. Make sure to check out Ulrich's SoundCloud. Want to give out that SoundCloud?
Because I don't remember my SoundCloud.
Oh, no. Check out Nick Capone on Twitter. Check out Nick Capone
on Instagram.
On the gram.
Nick Capone Art.
Nick Capone Art. Check out Sandy the comic.
Not on Tumblr.
Not on Tumblr.
Yeah, Tumblr.
Screw Tumblr.
But if you definitely go on SoundCloud though, look for Ricky Gray. My music will come up on there. Hopefully I'm gonna try to get myself on all the stuff like the Spotify title and all that. I'm working to get all that going. So
Apple Music
too.
Yay!
Yes, all the platforms. So stay tuned.
All right. Peace, everybody.
Bye.
Peace.